Hi, I'm Diane Kometa, and today on Dishin with Di, I'm making my famous guacamole. This is so delicious. The last batch I made, I ate the whole thing myself. So get your chips out and let's get ready and make some guacamole on Dishin with Di. You need some chopped cilantro, some granulated sugar, fresh ground black pepper and ground cumin, salt, minced garlic, minced jalapeno pepper, finely chopped red onion, and chopped tomato. You also need some fresh avocados. These are Hass avocados and these are nice and ripe. They're soft. And I have a fresh lime here. Now, a couple things real quick. With the cilantro, when you buy it at the store, it comes in a bunch like this, and there's usually a lot of soil on it, so make sure you rinse it really well. And then I just lay it on a paper towel like this and let it dry, and then I chop it. You don't want to chop it when it's wet because then it's all going to stick together and you won't get a proper measurement on it, when you do it like that. The other thing, with the avocados, when you buy an avocado, you want to make sure it's soft so that when you squeeze it, you can feel your fingers press into it. If it's hard, like when I first got these, they were hard as baseballs. They were super hard, and you can't make your guacamole when it's hard like that. So to ripen them faster, what you do is get a paper bag like this and put your avocado in the bag with a banana or an apple. Now I had about 4 or 5 avocados, so I took bags and I put one in each bag with 1 or 2 bananas, and then by 24 hours to 36 hours, they were ripe. So if you find them and they're hard, you're really not going to be able to make a proper guacamole like immediately. So keep that in mind. The other thing is with your lime. Now, to get the most juice out of the lime, what I do is I first wash it off really thoroughly. That doesn't have anything to do with the juicing, but you want it clean. Then you put it in the microwave, I know it sounds weird, for about 30 seconds, no more than that. And it gets really warm. Then you take it and you roll it on the counter like this and you push real hard, and that gets everything all nice and loosened up in there. So now when I go to squeeze this, I'm not going to have any problems. So you can see it's nice and soft. So the first thing that you want to do is take your avocado and you're going to put this into a bowl. Now I started to cut this one and then I remembered that I don't want to cut it ahead of time because it'll start to get brown. So what you want to do first, I'm just going to disassemble this a little bit for you. Okay, is take your avocado and put it into your bowl. Now you have the pit or the seed that they call it, pretty large seed. You can just take that out. Just scoop it out like this with your spoon and put it into your bowl. See, when they're nice and ripe, it just comes right out. There's no problem with it whatsoever. So I'm just going to continue and I'll show you real quick what I'm doing here. You just want to cut it, and when they're nice and ripe, it just cuts right off. And then I'm just going to put all this avocado in the bowl and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, here's all the avocado, and I just cut that lime. See how nice and juicy the lime is? Squeeze that right over, and we're going to mix this through right away because this is going to stop it from turning like a little brown from, I guess, the oxygen in the air. So we're just going to squeeze this in here. Okay, that's good. And the salt. So sprinkle the salt in and then just mash this with your fork. This is live action here. Make sure your fork's not all slippery. Okay, that looks good. Have the fork firmly in my hand this time. Now we're going to take the granulated sugar, the pepper, and the cumin, and we're going to mix that in along with the cilantro. So we're just going to throw this in here. Make sure you get it all in and mix that through and real nice and thoroughly. And now we have the jalapeno. We're going to put that in, and the onion. Now I use red onion. I know I'm getting food on my arms. I mean, what's going on today? You could use a white onion if you want to. I just like red. And this is actually a plum tomato. So you could use, whatever type of tomato that you want. Make sure it's nice and ripe though. And then I'm just gonna mix this through. All right, that looks good. I put the garlic in there too. I forgot to put the garlic in when I showed you. So that's in there. And now normally I would take this and I would cover it and I would put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for at least a few hours so it got cold, and then also so all the flavors really married together. And I didn't mention it, but that sugar, that little bit of sugar I put in there, that just kind of smooths everything out. You don't really taste any kind of sweetness. So everything has a purpose in there and it's absolutely delicious. So here's how I like to serve it. I just put it in a nice white bowl. I love serving things in white bowls. I think they just look fabulous and it tastes fabulous. So let me just get a little taste here. Loads of flavor. So try to let it sit if you can, so it really, gets the flavors all married together. The recipe is on my website, dishinwithdi.com, and I have some recipes over there that this will go well with, so make sure you check everything out. And if you haven't, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time, and I hope I made your life a little easier, more enjoyable, and delicious. Bye-bye now.